lot of you have been asking me, where have I been? Am I okay? What am I doing? How is the family? All of these things. You've also been asking me to come back. Hi loves, it is 3 weeks later. I have attempted to film this video, I would say at least a good 9, 10, 11, 12 times. Meaning, like, not even joking. Seriously, I've attempted to film this video that many times. However, I've had to delete due to the fact that I have cried, and I don't want to cry in this video because I don't want you all crying. I've been interrupted by dogs barking outside, or the birds, or the rooster, or phone calls coming in, or the phone dying and getting too hot, or whatever the case may have been. I've had to delete footage and start all over. And so today, November 10th, we are going to do our best to get this video completed so that I can edit it and post it at least by the end of this week, if not the first of next week, which is November 15th. However, we're going to go ahead and get this story together because I don't want this to be a 30-minute video. There is a lot of occurrences that has happened in this experience that I'm going to share with you all. However, some of it will have to get left out because I don't want this to be a 30-minute video. So without further ado, the reason that I have been gone, based on the title above, you already know I'm dealing with the experience of the transitioning of a parent. Excuse me. And that is the reason that I have been gone over the last 17 months from YouTube, making cameos here and there. Sorry about that. And I just wanted to share with you all what that experience was like, and just share with others that it's okay to mourn in the time that you need to mourn, and to not let anyone tell you how to mourn. It's okay to take time away. You know, don't let this algorithm and this social media, dictate what or how your life is to go on a day-to-day basis. Because you have to take care of you. How am I supposed to give you what it is that you desire from me as a content creator when I have not taken care of myself? Like, who does that? I mean, it was to the point where I was so stressed. As you can see, my hair is shorter. It's not as long as it used to be. My hair used to come all the way down here. I've had to cut about 6 inches of my hair off because the stress was so bad that my hair started breaking off. It was my cuddle bear who noticed it first. And he was like, "Did you cut your hair?" And I said, "No, I did not." What you mean? So I looked, I paid attention to it, and sure enough, my hair was breaking off, or had broken off. And then it got to the point where my toenails started changing colors. And I was like, "Ooh, what is this? Why are my toenails like a dark brownish grayish color?" I thought I had some type of foot fungus, and went to the podiatrist, and he's like, "Did you experience something traumatic? Because it's not a foot fungus." And I said, "Yeah, I did." And he was like, "Well, that's what it is, because your hair, your fingernails, and your toenails are all made of keratin, and they will absorb whatever stress it is that you have, just like the rest of your body absorbs stress. And it shows." And it definitely showed in my toenails, as you can see from this photo here. They look much better now. Promise you, they look much better now, because of course over time they had to grow out. The nails had to grow out, and I have, maybe on the right foot, I have about I would say half an inch of that stressed toenail left. And on the left foot, I have maybe like a millimeter of the stressed toenail left. And the rest of it is healthy toenail. So yeah, I had to take the time to care for myself. I had to do what needed to be done because I was crying every single day for 14 months. And even though it seemed like I was happy on Instagram, there were times when I would make a post on Instagram and then about 30 minutes to an hour later, I was boohooing. Or there were times when I would make a post on Instagram and 2 hours before that post, I was boohooing. I attempted to make edits to videos that I recorded over the course of 2020, but I just could not. I could not edit those videos at all because they were just too emotional. So I allowed myself to step away only to post shorts on Instagram, even though I'm sorry, only to post shorts on YouTube when I felt like posting on YouTube, just to kick the algorithm a little bit. But I really don't stress myself about the algorithm anymore. Whatever happens is going to happen, and that's just where I am with life now. I love who I love, and I do whatever it is I feel like doing, if as long as it's positive. I don't stress things anymore that absolutely do not need to be stressed. I don't allow things that serve me absolutely no purpose to be in my life anymore. I go ahead and I get rid of it. Like, why am I holding on to this? So yeah, that's what it is. Going through this experience of dealing with the transitioning and the expiration of a parent has totally changed my mindset on a lot of things with life. So with all of that being said, and you all knowing that I have cared for both of my parents since 2015, my time as being a caregiver to both parents came to an end on June 22nd, 2020. At 7:20, maybe 7:22 p.m., I received a phone call that my mother transitioned at 7:15. There is a long story as to how we got to that point. But know that I was in New York when I received that phone call. I did spend time with my mother before this transition happened. I was numb when I got that phone call. I called my family. I texted family members. I texted my cuddle bear. I sat in the parking lot for like an hour and a half talking to one of my cousins and just looking at everything that was going on around me because I needed to have my bearings together before I drove back to Long Island, because I could not stay in my mom's place due to the simple fact that her door jamb had been messed up so bad when the first responders pried their way into her house that the maintenance crew where mom lived changed the keys, and they did not have the a spare key outside of the master key to give to me so that I could go in and out of the house like I wanted to. So I ended up staying with somebody else temporarily because that too ended due to the fact that the woman said to me when she found out that my mother died, she said, "You know what? It's a good thing that your mother died. You know, I knew that she was going to die. I knew she was going to die. I told my boss that she was going to die because she was just a sickly woman. But I just want you to know that it's a good thing that she died because, you know, your mother was a bitter old woman. She was very, what was the word she used besides bitter? It wasn't even feisty. Whoa, Jesus, what was the word she used? Because I'm not here to put anything in anybody's mouth that they did not say. I cannot think of the word she used. But it was pretty much to say that my mom was angry and she was the type of woman that you couldn't get along with. She just had negative words to say about my mother. And I was just like, what? You don't even know my mom like that to talk about her. You only know about my mother because of what my sister has told you, because my sister dates that woman's son. And I said, really? And it was like before I could even disrespect this woman, I just pulled my phone from my ear, clicked the end call button, and I sat there and I cried because I could not believe what I had just heard. I'm like, you don't know that my mom was in the newspaper because of what she did for her community with the kids and how she donated certain funds to the kids. You don't know that my mom was ordained. And anytime she had the chance to get behind that pulpit, she got behind that pulpit and she tore it up. She knew that Bible from the beginning to the end and could call a verse to you and tell you what page it was on. My mother loved God, and listened to gospel music every single day. She didn't play nothing else in her car but gospel music. The community where she lived, they loved her. When they found out that mom had transitioned, they were all like, oh my gosh, Miss G, she was this, she was that. Oh my gosh, she's going to be missed. She was a feisty woman, because they would say, I'm going to miss her little feisty attitude, but she was so nice. Miss G didn't mess with nobody. She didn't mess with nobody, but she let you know who she was. And once you got to know Miss G, she was like mad dope. She was cool, man. Like, I'm going to miss her. She was really nice and she loved the kids. And I was like, that's who my mom, well, both of my parents loved kids. And I think that's where I get it from. They don't think I know that's where I get it from. So to have someone to say such negative words about my mother and you don't even know my mom? What? So I just packed up. I just allowed myself to continue on with my journey in New York because I spent the entire summer in New York. Staying in Airbnbs and not going back to that person's home because it just was not where I needed to be and I didn't want to be around that energy. A lot of people tend to think that, meaning family members tend to think that I was wrong for leaving, and that I should have gone back and talked to her and told her how I felt or this or that, or I shouldn't have left the way that I did. Let me tell you something. I don't owe nobody anything. I don't owe you the saliva that is building up in my mouth right now. I don't owe you an explanation. I don't owe you anything but the garage remote that I mailed back to your house. That's the only thing I owe anybody. Experiencing my mom's death has changed my life. And I look at life differently. I tend to keep things about me to myself. Like when I met my husband, I didn't tell anybody about him until after we got married. That's just how private I am, but I'm even more private now. There are things that are going on in my life that I will not share on YouTube because I don't feel the need to share it anymore. And I more than likely will not share my family life in the way that I've shared it previously. So I want to thank Andre Harrison from Harrison Family Vlogs. I want to thank Tiffany Chanel. I want to thank Eat to Live Strong. I want to thank A Face for Radio. I want to thank Living Better. I want to thank Tosh Time. I want to thank NMO. I want to thank Stacy Butts. And I want to thank my male best friend, hey boo, for the support, for the love, and for keeping this between us, because those are all the people on this platform that I did share that information with, because they kept reaching out. What's going on? You haven't posted. We need to know if you okay, blah, 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 this and that. So I went ahead and let them know what was going on and how everything transitioned, because I went through it all by myself. My sisters chose not to get involved where they didn't feel the need to be involved. The only thing that they were involved in was making a decision as to how we would proceed with my mom's body. So we decided to do a cremation because of everything that was going on at the time in the world. And funeral homes were so packed, they were behind. Even to the point of us doing a cremation with my mother. We ended up going with this really beautiful company in New York, and they had to send mom's body to New Jersey. And I waited about 3 weeks for mom's cremains to come back, because that's just how behind they were with everything that was going on with the pandemic and getting all of those bodies cremated. So it was just a catch up game, or they were playing a game of catch up. So we didn't have a service. I do intend on having a service. At first I felt bad about it because it has been over a year. However, I'm finding, like, I love the universe. I love God. Oh my gosh. God has a way of saying, no, baby, it's okay. Ooh, don't cry, girl. We said we weren't going to cry. We ain't going to cry. God has a way of coming to you and saying, baby, I got you. It's okay. Let me show you this. So I'm seeing videos of other people that have gone through the same thing, and they too are just now having services for their loved ones. And God is like, it is okay. No one said that there had to be a set time for anything. That's all a human concept. Humans make those decisions, or those plans, or those so-called what's the word I want to use? They make those so-called oh gosh, I can't think of what the word is, but they tell you what your life is supposed to look like, basically. And no one can tell you what your life look like except for you. No one can plan your day to day or live your life except for you. So I was talking with Aisha a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week. No, that was about 2 weeks ago. And we were just deciding on what we were going to do. And we'll just go from there. And we've already decided the company that we're going to go with as far as the service. Because they actually do videos of the service, so that way it can be streamed on the platform, and if anyone that cannot make it to the service, they can actually watch it on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do with that. However, I haven't made up my mind if I want to do it around her birthday or if I want to do it around the anniversary of her transitioning. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then about 3 months after my mother passed, I dealt with the tragic, unexpected death of my godniece. She and her husband were killed in a car accident while they were on vacation. Their 3 kids are now being raised by my god sister and the children's other grandmother, their paternal grandmother. It was just, it tore me up. Like, just when I was at that point of feeling like I was getting stronger, this happened, and then I went right back down. Depression is hard. It is really, really hard. And I don't doubt anyone when they say they go through depression. Everybody don't deal with depression the same way. I did not go see a therapist. I prayed every day. There is absolutely nothing wrong with therapy. Because go and do it. I have gone to therapy. I just felt that I did not need to have therapy for this. As a psychologist myself, I figured ways out that would help me to get over this depression and get out of it. And that's exactly what I did. And it worked for me. So that's basically where I've been. I still need to work on releasing, because I also have dealt with PVC, which is premature ventricular contractions of the heart. And they can be caused by strokes. They can be caused by heart attacks. It can also be caused by mitral valve prolapse, which is what I do have. And it can be caused by stress, when the body is just overly stressed. So upon going to the emergency room, because I just could not, I felt like my heart was coming through my chest. They ran several tests to make sure my heart was okay, that I didn't need any magnesium or anything like that, because magnesium is what keeps the heart strong. My magnesium levels are great. My heart is very strong. I have not had a stroke. I have not had a miniature heart attack or anything of the sort. They were like, your heart is healthy. you just need to rest. Basically, you need to rest. And I said, that's easier said than done. So I took a week off, and I actually took this week off. I'm sorry, I took last week off and this week off as well. But I will get back on the ball game tomorrow. And I made plans for my birthday and ended up having to cancel those plans because I was informed that my niece's graduation is the same weekend as my birthday. So that means I don't have anybody to watch Dad for me. So I'm having to reschedule my birthday plans again. Prayerfully, I will be able to do something for myself the following weekend, the 15th through the 20th. But we will see how that goes. It's been 4 years since I've really done something for myself for my birthday. So yeah, I'm prayerfully hoping, praying, manifesting, proclaiming that I can do something that weekend. So with all of that being said, thank you to everyone. Thank you to my uncle. I know you're watching this because he was worried about me. He was like, I'm worried about you. Actually, 2 of my uncles were worried about me because they were calling me on a regular basis, making sure that I was okay because my blood pressure was high too. It really was. So thank you for the love. I really do appreciate it. I love you. And as I always say, you are like a second dad to me. And I appreciate all of the advice that you have given me, even those moments when I felt like I had not done enough and I wanted to be there and prolong, and you were like, no, that was not the right thing to do. You would not have wanted to do that. You would not have wanted to witness that. You would not have wanted to put your mom through that. You did the right thing. So I thank you for that because it is greatly appreciated. And for those of you that watched it all the way through the end, I'm going to ask you to leave one of 3 emojis. And if you want to leave all 3, that is up to you. But my mom's favorite animal was an elephant. So leave an elephant emoji if you made it all the way through. Her favorite color was purple. Leave a purple heart if you made it all the way through. And if you're able to leave a purple heart. And her favorite insect was a butterfly. So leave a butterfly if you made it all the way through. So one of those 3, the elephant, the purple heart, or a butterfly, to let me know that you saw all of this and that you supported your girl. And you're just happy to see me back and that you're happy to see me smiling, even though I've gone through a lot. I have videos that I have not edited because of everything that I was feeling as I was editing those videos. They are all from New York. They are all from 2020. I'm going to edit those videos and I'm going to post them as they occurred because those are my memories. That is my diary. And that is something that I want to have up so that I can just go back and look at it whenever I want to, because now I can look at them without crying. And then some of my old footage from my previous videos, of which I have deleted, I still have those on my terabyte over here. So I will be re-uploading some of those as well. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get on with this YouTube thing, honey. All right, I've talked long enough. Thank you guys, and I will see you on the next vlog.